Yo, welcome back everybody. Bofa here another day. And today we have a low roll hero, a tier 3-ish hero in most people's books. That being Ticketus. Ticketus, reminiscent of the old patch, the spell meta. Tavern prizes on turn 4, 8, 12, and 16. And even 20 if you get there. But who gets a turn 20 anymore? Have you played a turn 20 recently? Yeah, you're special if you have, because I haven't seen a turn 20 in like the last 2,000 games. That's crazy. But yo, we get to do something today that, well, we don't get to do very often. And that's pull off a truly beautiful Exodia Pirate. Now, many of my channel have been saying, why don't you play Exodia Pirates more? And I don't mean one or two people, multiple, lots of people. And it's probably because I don't think it's outstanding in this meta. Doesn't mean it's not good, doesn't mean it can't work. And when you get all the pieces, it can still win. My dog is barking at the thunderstorm. Oh well. Special guest dog. Alright. Exodia Pirate still works. It's very strong. And when you get all the pieces, you can even use, I don't know, other things other than the Exodia Pirate parts to counter what they're trying to do. Alright. Enjoy. No Cthulhu token. We have a lot of tokens in this lobby though. Alright, we're gonna take double pairs then. That's actually probably the best hit we could have hit in this tavern. That was a really good turn. You hit the dragon with 3 relevant minions in the game. So 3 relevant minions on the board. You know what's most frustrating to me? You have every reason, or you have a reason for every move. So either your reasoning is terrible, you have bad luck, and it can't be bad reasoning because you continuously be top 25 on ladder then. Yeah, I mean, to a degree, I have reasons for things. That doesn't make the reasons optimal. Like, you can make 80% of the right decisions. That doesn't make, you know, every decision right. Right? I mean, obviously. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. I don't mean to be mad. I don't want to start a precedent that I'm timing people out. It's not, nothing you said was wrong. I'm not going to start that precedent. Midas Stormwind wins the round. Sets us up nicely going forward. Is a 4/4 buff. Good stuff is pretty weak. We've taken it before in the past, but in this scenario, like, good stuff would have been fine. We wouldn't have been that disappointed with it as a unit. Sorry, as a unit. As a spell. In the past, you might remember, in spell meta, good stuff was trash, right? But you have to remember that the board states that people were capable of relied upon having those turn 4 spells. When nobody else has those spells, taking a longer term greedy thing like good stuff is better when, you know, everybody else isn't power spiking on those turns with, say, for example, taking Midas Stormwind or taking an extra 1-star or taking extra gold and leveling. It's easy to be like, that was bad back then, therefore it's bad now. Ooh, look at all the points being burnt. Oh, McMeritors. Nah, I don't like being salty. I just want to turn around and play the next game. That's all I want. Because while that game was critical failure, those will happen from time to time. And you just have to be able to get past them and not let it affect your next game because, well, otherwise, what's your solution? Quit every time you low roll a game? A pretty bad streamer etiquette for me. Not salty, scally. They are scallies. We'll just level on normal curve. Like, there's no world we go to 3 next turn or 4 next turn, right? So we're gonna end up buying 2 things over the course of 3 boards, which then allows you to potentially line up a triple. You can either take a 5 or a 6 off of it. We're heavily incentivized to go for a 6, especially if it's a micro mummy triple, because we have double Scallywag on the board already. Yeah, it's not really true, Cackbone. People don't play in the same manner. Like the way that you play dictates your finishes quite a bit. Like, let's be realistic. If we look at the entirety of this season, like, what is our 8th place, 7th place, 6th place range? Like, people play poorly. That's why we're able to keep this level of an average over the course of the season. Whoops, you can't see that because of dog cam. Like, we don't take that many 8ths. We hardly ever take 7ths and 8ths. Other people play poorly, and that's why they get their 7ths and 8ths. You can buy, and then roll. We can buy this and roll. This economy is really useful. Like, we're not going to roll if we buy and sell the Sun Bacon and double buy here, which is probably just good enough to do. Yeah, it's just meaningless analysis is my point. Like, you got to be able to take something of value going forward. It's not like, I'm not worried about the emotional toll of it. If there's some usefulness to analyzing why other people are getting 8ths, it's just really just, you know, it's just nothing, right? That's all I'm trying to say. Other people get 8ths because they're making mistakes. Like, almost always you can avoid getting 8ths. Like 98% of the time, or 95% of the time. Other people just make a lot of mistakes, and that's why they get 8ths. These are good hits. About as well as that ever could go for us. Alright, I'm going to buy and hold. I'm going to take damage here. We want the economy for next turn. We want the Warden of Old Gold, and it's turn 8 for Ticketus, so we're going up almost every time if we discover on the house or Evolving Tavern. We're going to shoot for 5 or 6 stars. I'm trying to find a tactful way to say this. I'm not interested in engaging in that conversation. That's all. That's the reason why I'm not really responding. I've set a precedent that I almost always answer everything that's said in chat, and I feel like if I ignore your statement, you're just going to think I'm being a dick about it. But there's no reason for me to talk about that. I should not talk about that. So that's why I stopped talking. Like, I just, it's not useful to analyze, you know, other people get unlucky too. Yeah, I mean, yeah, other people get unlucky. It's just not useful for the stream. Just don't know how to say that in a way and not ignore it, because I've gotten myself in a trap here where if I don't address things that are said in chat, it just kind of reads like, oh, you're saying I'm wrong. Yeah, obviously everybody gets unlucky. It's just not it's not a conversation we should be having. Oh my god. Will we die if we sit still? Do we go for the dragons? One, two, 3, 4, 5. We can buy 2 dragons. Freeze for evolving. Take the triple on the Bronze Warden this turn. I want the Faceless into the Evolving Tavern more than I want this triple. It's so sketchy. If you don't hit exactly Eliza, we have no direction. Coin Faceless play spell. That's option 2, but there's only one 6-star there. I want to do it next turn. I want to set this up on the board. It makes it so Nadina and Calicos are reasonable pickups too. We could just tempo a Nadina. Why not double Razorgore? Because I don't think it's good enough to carry. Double Razorgore is not a lot of not that many stats. It's just baseline stats. That's the problem. And you commit to using the Faceless. Faceless plus Evolving Tavern gives us a win condition. 5 stars? No. 5 stars? 2 5s and a 6. I think this is what we shoot for. Yeah, that's what we shoot for. Alright. Here's your win condition. Look at that board. It's always double Eliza, but what am I doing around it? Hey, Pickles. And that's where we go for it. Bob's so nice. Calicos or Razorgore, or Calicos or Eliza were win conditions there. Double Cali or double Eliza. Yeah, there's Pegels there. So many Pegels. Consider the Peggle value, Bofer. Have I mentioned I hate you recently, Bob? We have bigger fish to catch. There's one of them. There's another one of them. Argus. Argus. We didn't skip an Argus, did we? You're just saying we're looking for Argus? Yeah, we're looking for Argus. You ever freeze for the Pegels? Nah, there's not a value there. Reasonably speaking, we're not buying anything except for Argus, Khadgar, or Baron from that position. But the money. Not worth being weaker in the late game for a couple of random economy units. You have to get 2 gold value off of Peggle even to justify to buy it or play it. Unless it's a board upgrade, and it's not a board upgrade. So that means you need 2 gold off of Peggle to ever pay for itself again. And we don't really need triples. I'm only keeping the Bronze Wardens on the board because they're Divine Shields, and that makes them really strong with this. Go first. If we go first, we murder him. Just over. Because he gone. Best hit. We did it, chat. A Yargus. I'm here all week. A Yargus. Bruh. No. 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 All right. One more turn of sitting still. Turn 11, everyone's still alive. Is this normal in your lobbies? We've seen it a couple times in the last couple days. No, it's not normal. But we have seen it a couple times. Now, we should have lethal the Akazam. Obviously, his ice block. There's some splitting of damage here. There is a tendency for people to greed a lot in this meta, which, when they do turn the corner, slows games down, because you get the people that drop low, don't die because they turn the corner, and they start smacking the people that are high health, and they don't kill them quickly. Guff doesn't do a lot of damage, Cthulhu doesn't do a lot of damage, Akazam stays alive. You can see why it's happening in this specific lobby. These are high roll heroes that are at the bottom. These two are losing still, so they probably die. Alright, so that's a W. Because these, every pirate always dies. Not great hits, but we have 6 hits with big things. 7 hits with big things, I should say. I want to slow a meta with huge numbers. This meta is already really slow compared to ones we've had in the past. Like, this is about as slow as it gets. We're just ice block every time. Gus, Khadgar, Baron. Let's go. I'm not willing to take the risk to lose the round to one hit here. To keep around a pair on a Bronze Warden for a triple we don't need. Slower, like punishingly slow, like 20 turn games. It's just a different game than what Blizzard's trying to make. Not saying it would be a bad game, just saying it's different than what they're trying to do. They're trying to make the game digestible in like 15 to 20 minutes most of the time. Is it Zodian good enough to win first place? Sometimes. Doesn't make it wrong to play it. It's the direction the game gave us, so we go for it. Few collective bras over here. Alright, we win and do 8 damage. I guess that's what it was gonna be. Never mind. Alright. Dude, we're looking for 3 cards. Yeah, I'm not taking this triple, not for the face, or using the faceless. It's a good hit. Very good hit. No beasts on 4. There's 0 risk of cleave. We freeze for it, right? No elemental overkill. No wind furies in the game that are common. I mean, even if there is, it doesn't matter if Baron's in last position. Huge numbers. We still need Argus, otherwise the second Scallywag never dies in that scenario. And obviously we can't put Khadgar on the board here. We could sell Baron to put the second Khadgar if we think we need really big units. The difference between Khadgar and Baron is that Khadgar units duplicate. Baron units summon more baseline units, which means that you get bigger numbers off a double Khadgar as opposed to Khadgar Baron. You'll notice, like, in the middle of your thing, the first pirate that respawns is a 1/1. When the Baron starts to trigger the second one. With a Khadgar, you won't see that happen. We are astonishingly good at low rolling. Like, astonishingly. That was a 1 in 3 to take our loss. For fuck's sake, game. Could start considering buying selfless heroes if this game slows down too much. Argus is not a card. Indeed, it's not a card. We killed this guy, by the way. Took his ice block and then he turned the corner onto big Murlocs. He's gonna be too big for us. Hopefully we don't lose our block, though. How many turns without Argus? We took the triple on turn 8, right? No, it was turn 9. We took the triple on turn 9, so we've been looking since turn 9. Because we held the spell for 1 turn, then we took the triple the following turn. So ever since 9, we've been looking. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, that's 6 turns. We do have blood gems in this lobby, which is really nice. And we pretty much can't lose our ice block, so... It's not an ice block that he has? Yeah. We already got his ice block a couple turns ago. Not Baron. Oh my god, not Eliza is what I meant to say. Not Eliza. Alright. We still lose that, right? Anyway, right? Always. Never said it was 60 gold. I'm saying we look for 6 turns. We get so much stronger just getting an Argus. Or, like, at this point, I don't know if there's a lot of value in buying the other Khadgar. Double golden Khadgar is something. But it stops us from rolling here. Right, this is useless. We either pirate in one. Or selfless in one. But we can't selfless in one without Argus. Doesn't Eliza make it really weaker? Why would Eliza make it really weaker? It dies every time, right? It's a bumper in that scenario. There is a low roll of going second. He has Wind Fury of some sort. Otherwise, him going first, us attacking him going first and killing this thing, and then this going off anyway is still the exact same scenario. Yeah, but you just lose Deflecto. It's a baseline unit, and you get a buff to the entire board. And that's only in the event that you go second. You can argue that Khadgar is good, and you put a position 1 taunt as well, and then you 50-50 to get the full combo off. Both of them are arguable points. Gonna have 3 seconds? No, that's a long time. We still have a long time. It's a Divine Shield. We can taunt this. Argus. 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 I've said these words a lot of times. Wait a second. I thought it was taunt. I'm a fucking idiot. What? I thought this gave taunt Divine Shield Wind Fury. Fuck's sake, man. I'm an idiot. I thought this was taunt Divine Shield Wind Fury. I forgot which one was which. It's still fine. You put 3 on the board. If he hits, he kills one of them. It's fine as long as he didn't hit Eliza. Should have frozen and sold for what? Taunt is Alakir, obviously. For a Reaper? Replace the Scally? No, I don't need to replace the Scally. It has Wind Fury. And it's even better in the scenario that we get Argus now. Shoot, I obviously made a mistake there. Thinking that was taunt. I just thought I made the equivalency to the Khadgar or the Alakir. Just need Argus? I'm well aware. For now 8 turns. This will be the 8th turn we're looking for just Argus. Chad might be better than Chad Baron, right? Someone did the math? You mean all of them? Hey, look, an Argus. Only took us 8 turns to find it. Cleave. There's Mech Cleave if he's on 6. Goodbye. Oh boy, a splitting image. How many scallywags is this, chat? Class, how many scallywags do we summon?
Oh, yeah.
7? Yes. Yes is pretty good. 27 is correct, from each. So we summoned 54 scallywags this game. So long as this is capable of death. Number is 54. Or also, you know, if we don't break the chain. And the answer to the question of does Scally Comp still win games is if you get everything, sure. He needs to break our combo. The next person has to break our combo. It's the only way he is able to get by. We're just going to reorder it so Eliza's in all the way in the back so that eventually he kills something up front. It's not like we're doing anything next turn. We played around Zap. It needs to be a buffed Zap for him to counter us with it. And that's why we're buying this. It's a Zap. Never Spore, right? Emotional support bore. Just debating a little bit on the order of these. Could consider the taunted scallywag to be up front. Yeah, he has no chance. 252, 255.
Mandatory emotional support bits.
Fucking mutinous, dude. Yo, Jay Bigums with the emotional support bits. We needed it after last game. We got obliterated by RNG last game. Take the shields. Let's go. Is this a spell meta board? What the fuck? Yeah. Spell meta. Also, what's up, BB Bat? How can you lose? I don't think we can. It never calculates it correctly. There's some world where this thing triple trades, right? Or quadruple trades. Like, we would quite literally miss every single attack in the Divine Shields. Like, I'm not really sure how this could ever happen. I feel like it's just a calculation problem. Like, we still have an entire other set of 27 scallywags. I guess we kill this and it clogs our board. And then that value trades completely. There's some world that happens, right? Like we kill it immediately and it stops our first train. Just kill this. There you go. Game over. Yeah, it's 54 scallywags. It's like quite literally the perfect composition for Eliza. Aside from me doing the boneheaded move of Divine Shielding my Scally thinking it gave it taunt, that went pretty well. $252 damage. Wind Fury is still pretty sick with Eliza. True. But if we had the Argus, we could have considered it, but we didn't have the Argus at the time, which left me susceptible to screwing up there. Because I sold the taunt in the process. I almost threw that. Now we still had an ice block to fix it, but still. It had to be a 2 attack buffed zap to kill the Baron. Because it needed to be 9 attack to hit this twice.